The greatest gifts in life are not given, they're earned. And no gift is more valuable than knowing who you truly are. We all have to go through adversity to get there, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can choose to see these struggles as blessings rather than curses. The reason is simple. It's through these struggles that we discover what we're truly made of. It is in the face of adversity that we find out who we really are and what we're truly capable of. So instead of fearing challenges, we should embrace them because they're the stepping stones on our journey to self-discovery and living a life of purpose. As a kid, I always used to worry about what other people thought of me. I wanted to be liked by everyone and fit in. So I spent most of my time trying to please others and do what they wanted me to do. And it was until I went through some tough times that I realized who I was and who I didn't want to be. One of the first major struggles I faced was when I was 14 years old. My parents got divorced and I had to move from one house to another every single week. This wasn't your average divorce either. My parents couldn't stand each other and it was always a messy situation whenever I had to switch houses. Sometimes I would stay at my mother's place and sometimes I would stay at my father's place. But both of my parents were so caught up with their own anger and frustration towards one another that I rarely ever felt supported or loved by them. This went on for 3 long years. And the worst part of it all was that I had no control over this situation whatsoever. I couldn't just pick up and leave. I was only 14, 15, 16 years old. And no matter how much I wanted to help the situation, I felt like I was too young to do anything about it. I remember feeling so helpless and so alone. I felt like I had no one to turn to and that there was no light at the end of the tunnel. But looking back, I now realize that it was during this time of my life that I learned some of the most important lessons that I still carry with me to this day. First, I learned that life isn't fair. Things don't always happen when you want them to. And sometimes you have to accept things as they are. Second, I learned that no matter how bad things may seem, it's important to keep moving forward. Don't just sit around and dwell on your problems. Even though I was going through hell, I still tried to focus on the positive aspects of each situation and looked for opportunities to learn and grow. Third, I learned the importance of surrounding yourself with good people. Even when I was caught in the middle of my parents' divorce, I still tried to surround myself with friends who were supportive and understanding. These are the people who helped me get through some of the toughest times and who I still value today. And finally, I learned that no matter what happens in life, it's important to stay true to yourself. Even though I was going through a lot, I never gave up on my values or compromised on what I believe in. This helped me maintain my sanity and stay grounded. My parents' divorce was definitely a difficult experience for me. However, I refused to let it define who I am. Instead, I chose to use it as an opportunity to grow and learn. And looking back, I am grateful for the lessons it taught me because they shaped me into the person I am today. Another adversity I faced was after high school. I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, and although it was one of the best decisions I made in my life, it was also one of the hardest things I've ever done. It was extremely challenging physically, mentally, and emotionally. It pushed me beyond my limits and forced me to confront fears I didn't even know I had. During my 4 years in the Marines, I experienced many hardships, but they all taught me valuable lessons that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. First, I learned the importance of discipline. In the Marines, discipline is everything. You're expected to follow orders without question and complete tasks efficiently and effectively. This taught me the importance of self-discipline and the need to constantly push myself to be better. Second, I learned the value of teamwork. In the military, you're not in it alone. You're part of a team and your success depends on the success of your teammates. This taught me the importance of communication, trust, and mutual respect in achieving common goals. Third, I learned the importance of leadership. Leadership isn't just about rank or authority. It's about inspiring and motivating others to achieve a common goal. Fourth, I learned the importance of resilience. In the Marines, you're trained to bounce back from any setback and keep moving forward no matter what. This taught me to never give up and to keep pushing even when things get tough. Finally, I learned the importance of service to others. In the military, you're serving your country and protecting those who can't protect themselves. This taught me the importance of giving back and making a difference in the world. These are just a few of the many lessons I learned in the Marines. They shaped me into the person I am today, and I wouldn't trade my experience for the world. And after I left the Marines, I had to reintegrate into civilian life, which was also extremely challenging. I struggled to find a job, struggled to find a place to live, and I also struggled with mental health issues such as PTSD and anxiety. But despite all the challenges I faced, I refused to give up. I knew that I was capable of more, and I was determined to make something of myself. So I worked hard, stayed focused, and never lost sight of my goals. Today, I am proud to say that I've accomplished more than I ever thought possible. I've started successful businesses, traveled to over 30 countries, and inspired countless people around the world. But none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for the challenges I faced. Through all the obstacles and setbacks, I discovered my strengths, learned valuable lessons, and became the person I am today. Looking back, I'm grateful for every challenge I face because they've made me stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Challenges are an inevitable part of life. They're what shape us, teach us, and make us who we are. It is easy to get caught up in the negative and focus on the difficulties and setbacks we face. But we must remember that challenges are also opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. By embracing challenges, we can discover our inner strength, learn valuable lessons, and become better versions of ourselves. As the great philosopher Epicurus once said, "He is rich whose mind is without fear. He is powerful whose soul is at peace with all around him." When we face challenges with courage and determination, we develop inner strength and resilience. We learn to overcome obstacles and bounce back from setbacks, which makes us more adaptable and resourceful in all areas of our lives. Furthermore, challenges provide us with opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. They force us to step outside of our comfort zones and try new things. We discover hidden talents and abilities we never knew we had. We learn to appreciate our strengths and weaknesses and find new ways to improve ourselves. By embracing challenges, we can unlock our full potential and become the best version of ourselves. So the next time you face a challenge, don't shy away from it, embrace it. Look for the opportunity to learn and grow and use it as a stepping stone to reach your goals. Remember, challenges don't define us. Our reaction to them does. Choose to rise above, choose to learn, and choose to grow. Your future self will thank you for it.